Hello, SunPower HB here, and right now I'm going to make that final video for the circle walk, one that the end of my previous video reminded me of doing. As you can tell from seeing my last video at the end of it, seeing the end of my last video. So, Mineola, the station is not complete, but Kathy Hochul made a press conference saying that the third track project was complete. I'd like to thank the village of Mineola for speaking out about it, because right now, before then it was just Pine Power LI. So I'd like to thank the village of Mineola for speaking out for its problems. I gotta switch hands. Good, nothing happened to the video. Anyway, the two overpasses in Mineola still need to be finished. One of them needs an elevator and one still needs to be built, and yes, 4 elevators need to be installed, 2 at each overpass. And there's probably more that needs to be done, too, elsewhere, but I'm not sure about that, because I don't visit Long Island. Someday I might take a train to Hicksville independently to scope out the third track and see it in action. While I was with my father, I took it to New Hyde Park, made a video, labeled it 12 Car M7 in Bronxville, because you know my scheme. Evan Gold LI knows that scheme very well and likes it. So, I plan a trip to Hicksville to view the third track. And now it's going to allow for better commutes, better reverse commutes. Instead of like 1.5 of the tracks being used for peak direction service and half of a track being used for reverse peak, if you know what I mean. Now we have true bi-directional service with 2 tracks in the peak direction and 1 in the reverse peak. And the MTA has its strategies to allow for local service to be possible along with express service on one track if they're on every half hour or less. But I think unlike the Metro North's Harlem and Hudson lines, you can have service every 20 minutes on both local and express service and still have reverse peak in that frequency, because all you're going through is Hicksville through Floral Park, and then both trains run express. It can run back to back. But with 2 tracks for peak direction service, there's more room for express trains going to Oyster Bay, Port Jeff, Montauk Branch, or Ronkonkoma Branch. One more thing I'd suggest doing on the LIRR as the next part of the expansion project is building a Pine Barrens branch. It doesn't destroy Pine Barrens, but goes through roads such as the 495 service road. It would be an elevated branch with 2 tracks or 3 tracks that would do that. Same thing with another branch splitting off from the Port Washington called the Northern Boulevard branch, connecting with Huntington. And I'm not sure about this, if the third track was on the north side, east of Mineola or not. I'm not sure about that. Look forward to seeing all of you in my video. Not literally. My video of taking the train to Hicksville independently.